Exploring GPT 5.1, a new leap in the evolution of artificial intelligence. 1. Introduction, the silent revolution of AI, in November 2025. While the world was still buzzing about the thinking capabilities of GPT-5, OpenAI quietly released a new upgrade, GPT-5.1. There were no flashy press events or viral ad campaigns. Yet, within hours of its release, the global tech community was ablaze. GPT-5.1 isn't just an update, it's an evolutionary leap in how AI thinks and communicates. If GPT-4 was the car that first took us off the shore, GPT 5.1 is a spaceship that can choose its own route, knowing when to accelerate and when to pause to think. So what exactly makes GPT 5.1 so revolutionary? 2. From chatbot to intelligent companion. When ChatGPT first launched in 2022, it was a technological explosion. For the first time, people could talk to a machine that felt like a real person. But even with GPT 3.5 and GPT-4, some limitations persisted. Fast responses, but often mechanical. Struggled with long-term context. Lacked adaptability in complex conversations. GPT 5.1 was born to solve those limitations. According to Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, GPT 5.1 doesn't just learn how to answer, it learns how to adapt. In other words, GPT 5.1 is the first OpenAI model to feature adaptive reasoning. It knows when to think longer for accuracy, and when to respond instantly for efficiency. 3. Two brains in one instant, and thinking. GPT 5.1 is built with two distinct brains. Instant and thinking. GPT 5.1 instant acts like a reflex. It answers almost immediately, with a friendly conversational tone. Gives ideal for quick replies, captions, brainstorming, or short-form ideas. GPT 5.1 thinking, on the other hand, behaves like a contemplative scientist. When faced with complex questions, it pauses to reason, analyze, and synthesize before replying. Gives perfect for coding, research, strategy, or logical reasoning. The most impressive part, the system automatically decides which mode to use, no manual switching required. For the first time in AI history, a model can dynamically adjust its cognitive depth, much like the human brain switching between fast and slow thought. 4. Adaptive reasoning. When machines learn to think, at the heart of GPT 5.1 lies adaptive reasoning, the ability to evaluate complexity before responding. Traditional language models treat every prompt the same. Process gives output. GPT 5.1, however, thinks before speaking. For example, ask, "Who is the President of the United States?" GPT 5.1 instant responds instantly. Ask, "Analyze how artificial intelligence will impact global politics over the next 20 years." And GPT 5.1 thinking takes a few seconds to reflect before crafting a nuanced, multi-layered answer. This mirrors the concept from Daniel Kahneman's thinking. 5. More human communication. When AI develops warmth. Another major focus of GPT 5.1 is warmth, the emotional intelligence behind the words. If earlier ChatGPT versions felt smooth but cold, GPT 5.1 feels like a person who's genuinely listening. Now users can customize the AI's personality. Some of the new tones include professional, formal, corporate tone, candid, natural, and straightforward, quirky, humorous, with a playful edge, nerdy, detailed, academic tone, cynical, slightly sarcastic, witty tone. You can even say, "Talk to me like a curious friend, fascinated by the universe." But avoid GPT 5.1 will maintain that style throughout the conversation. This is what researchers call conversational intelligence, understanding not only words but the intent, context, and emotional subtext behind them. 6. Real-world applications from classrooms to creative studios. GPT 5.1 isn't just a research milestone. It's a versatile tool already transforming multiple fields. In education, acts as a teaching assistant that adapts to different students, serious for college learners, playful for kids, explains complex science concepts in accessible language, helps teachers design lesson plans, quizzes, and classroom simulations. In creative industries, with its advanced understanding of tone and narrative, GPT 5.1 can write scripts, dialogues, and podcasts tailored to any creative style. For example, a creator like you from Exopass could say, "Write a 10-minute documentary script about GPT 5.1 in a cinematic sci-fi tone that feels like a cosmic exploration," and GPT 5.1 will generate a near-ready script, complete with narrative flow and emotional depth. In business, drafts, professional reports, marketing strategies, and client emails. Uses its reasoning engine to provide data-driven recommendations, not just summaries. In scientific research, the thinking mode allows GPT 5.1 to summarize large volumes of research, find cross-disciplinary links, and even propose hypotheses. It can condense a 100-page paper into a clear, human-readable abstract, something that once took researchers days. 7. Challenges that remain despite the excitement. GPT 5.1 isn't perfect. Hallucination, it can still make confident mistakes. Context drift, long conversations may cause topic drift. Ethical and privacy concerns, OpenAI continues to enforce strict guardrails to prevent misuse. Moreover, the friendlier AI becomes, the easier it is for humans to overtrust it, a subtle psychological risk. Still, GPT 5.1 remains the most secure and transparent release in OpenAI's history, thanks to stronger safety filters and real-time content moderation. 8. A new role for AI, the intelligent companion. GPT 5.1 marks a turning point, the shift from AI as a tool to AI as a knowledge companion. Humanity once created computers to calculate, then the internet to connect. Now, we're creating an intelligence that can understand us. With GPT 5.1, AI is no longer just answering questions, it's growing alongside us. In the near future, an AI could become a lifelong companion, understanding how we learn, work, and dream. The question is no longer, will AI become smarter than humans, but rather, how will humans live with intelligent machines? 9. Beyond GPT 5.1, the dawn of GPT-6 and beyond experts suggest GPT 5.1 is only the bridge to something far greater. The next iteration, GPT-6, may pursue generalized adaptive intelligence, integrating not only text and images, but also sound, emotion, and memory. If realized, this would create an AI capable of experiencing and collaborating with humans, not just communicating. But such evolution comes with questions about ethics, control, and consciousness. Can we design intelligence without losing control of it? Should AI remember us the way we remember it? The journey toward GPT-6 may redefine not just technology, but the very concept of what it means to think. 10. Conclusion, the journey never ends. GPT 5.1 isn't merely a software upgrade. It's the opening of a new era where artificial intelligence begins to reason, empathize, and co-create. From instant to thinking, from mechanical to human-like. GPT 5.1 represents a crucial milestone in merging human and artificial intellect. Perhaps the most fascinating part of GPT 5.1 isn't how smart it is, but how it helps us rediscover the meaning of being human. Because in teaching machines to think, we are, in a way, learning to understand ourselves.